Hi FlossTube, welcome to Stitching It, and my name is Stephanie, and today I wanted to try something a little bit different, and that is a Stitch With Me video. So I was inspired by Emily C's tag that she did, and you know, she's always trying new things and stepping out, so I thought that I could do the same thing. And you know, she said she really enjoyed getting to know everyone through these tags, so I wanted to share a little bit about you know, myself and what I do when I'm not stitching with you guys. Alright, so I don't think I'm gonna waste a lot of time here. I'll get started on these questions. So question number 1, what is your favorite cereal? I like a lot of different kinds of cereals. I like the kinds with the clusters in it, you know, and the crunchy kind of bran flakes. Raisin Bran Crunch is a good one, but overall I think I would have to day in and day out say my favorite must be Cheerios, because that is what I eat for breakfast every single morning. I think they're pretty healthy, they're low in sugar, and if you're like me and you when you get up you need to eat something but your stomach isn't necessarily prepared for it, you know, plain Cheerios do the body good in the morning. So that's what I would have to say is probably my favorite cereal based on what I actually eat. Question number 2 is, what are your favorite pizza toppings? And I would be happy to share a pizza with you, Emily, because we both like Hawaiian pizza, but these days I might make a mushroom substitution for the Canadian bacon to have with the pineapple, of course. I think it's a great combo, but you know, eating meat, it's kind of a I don't know, I guess that's a discussion that I haven't had, but I'm trying not to do it as much, you know, eat the meat stuff. Alright, so question number 3 says, you are on death row. What is your last meal? And that is a pretty tough but telling question, I guess. If I was on death row, probably I would be too upset to really eat much, but I would definitely, you know, like to have a last taste of sushi before I go. I mean, does alcohol count? Because I don't generally drink, but if it was my last meal, I would love to have a big margarita, probably. You know, Mexican sounds good. Probably some fajitas. Some good fajitas and ice cream for dessert. Some kind of really good ice cream. And cookies, why not? You know, I had these cookies at a function, I guess, a week or two ago, and they were these real thin caramelized cookies, but they had dark chocolate in the middle of them, and they were almost the best cookies I've ever had. So if I could magically poof some of those cookies back, I guess I would. Number 4 says it's laundry day. Okay. What are your really weird bottom of the drawer underwear? And I would actually have to go up there and look to see that, you know, because I don't generally get down to the bottom of my underwear drawer at this point. And what's down there is a good question, because it's mostly stuff that doesn't fit. And well, I have to say I have some pairs of underwear that aren't like 100% cotton, and they have polyester, and they end up like smelling more than the cotton underwear. I don't know. I mean, that's the only thing I noticed is just these weird, they're supposed to be easy breathable exercising underwear, and they're just not. They don't do what they promise to do. But yes, that's they're really weird, I guess. So that fits the bill. I think I miscounted on this 1X, so I'm gonna pull this out. Number 5, who would play you in a movie about your life? And I think I, at this point, would pick someone like Bette Midler or Bernadette Peters. That's who I would pick. Yes, definitely a musical. I would love to see me done as a musical. And Bette Midler, I think, would be spectacular as Stephanie. So, yes. Number 6. What food items do you sneak into the movie theater in your purse? Well, generally candy, because at the movie theater we go to, we live very close to a movie theater, they have those, if you buy a certain amount of size of popcorn, they give you free refills. And the soda, I've got a knot on the back or something. The soda, they just have those machines where you dispense yourself now. The Freestyle, the Coke Freestyle machines. So, candy is about, the only thing that's left that they charge more money for. So I would definitely say some kind of candy. And my favorites are the Sour Patch Kids or Sour Skittles. Something sour and fruity. Yes. Number 7, what is your perfect vacation? Okay. I don't think my vacation is that complicated, especially, as I'm an adult and I start to value other things. Hold on, let me check my pattern here. Okay. I guess at other points in my life, my answer would have been something far off, something exotic. But my family has gone to the same beach and they've tried to stay at the same beach house. They would have if we just haven't outgrown the beach house. Since my father at the same beach every year, since my father was a teenager. And so growing up and everything, it was all centered around the beach trip every year in the summer. And that's the time we would see my grandfather and my great uncle and my aunt and my other uncle, their families, whatever. And that's really the only time, that and Christmas is the only time that my dad's family would get together. So now that my grandfather has passed, and it's been 3 or 4 years, and we've been trying, my parents have gotten the beach house and keep doing it, but everyone else is, and this is not a big huge family in the beginning and in the first place. Everyone's doing their own thing, everyone's grown up now and having trouble making it, and all these fantastic memories that I have that seemed silly at first, because we always go to the same house and we always do the same things and we eat the same meals and we go to the same restaurants and we blah blah blah. That was kind of a pain when I was growing up. Well, now that I'm older and my grandfather's not here and everything like that, all of a sudden it's really important to me, and it's really important to try to keep doing it for my kids, to try to keep up traditions that we've done and try to teach them why this is important. So my perfect vacation is my family vacation to the beach, the same beach, Ocean Isle Beach, that's what it is, every year, and I want to keep doing it and hope that my kids will continue to do it. So that's what it is. Number 8. You are stuck on a deserted island and can have 5 things. What do you have? Okay. I would say electricity. Also, either a generator with unlimited gasoline or somehow just electricity. Because, yeah, even I could build a simple, you know, hut to live in, but I just need a ceiling fan or something, you know what I mean? And my, you know, to charge my iPad, because that's the second thing, is I need my iPad, okay? What is this thing going on here? Okay, so second thing would be my iPad. Stitching, I have to come up with something stitching related, because that's what this video is about. That's what this channel is about. That's what our hobby is about. So I'm going to, I can just, I don't know, I mean, just have my stash. I mean, just poof, my stash will be there. That's fine. That's more than enough deserted island stitching for the rest of my life. And if I ever never got off of it, then the stitching would just be there. So, yeah, so we'll just say my stash. You know, I don't have to go out and get other things that I don't have already. That's 3, right? My husband, he can be number 1. We'll put him back up on number 1, because I was already imagining him there. That's the thing. That's what I'll tell him anyway, right? No. Yeah, definitely my husband, number 4 or whatever, and number 5, the last thing. Let's see. I think I'm gonna go like Jessie Marie and say a jet ski, so that if you decide, I like the idea where she said if she decided to stay, she could use the jet ski for recreation, but if she decided to go, then she could use the jet ski to get off the island. So some way to get off the island. Okay. Number 9, if you could have a reproduction style chart with any theme possible, what would the theme be? This was a very good question. I thought this was a very good question. I was like, oh my gosh, if I do this tag, is Emily C gonna try to pick my brain? Is that what she's trying to do? I don't know, but I think it's a fantastic idea, because what is a sampler anyway, you know? And what can it, you know, what meanings can it ultimately have? And I think I would like something serious minded. Like, I was thinking it would be cool to well, you know, I mean, to do a sampler for a reason. Like, I was reading about in a book about a sampler that somebody stitched in like the 1800s and sent it to the president at that time, that was all about whatever cause. It was like a cause for war widows or something like that. But they stitched a sampler, right? So I think a sampler for a cause would be something really good. And we have some good examples of that, like maybe Stitch Rovia's, I mean, as far as modern cross stitch, you know, Stitch Rovia's that, you know, Quiltz to Live By Sal that they did and stuff like that. So I would definitely like to have a reproduction sampler that was dedicated to a cause, that had some sort of quote or prose that was important to that cause. You know, let's just I don't know. I mean, it doesn't even matter what it is. That's really what I'm interested in. Less about a theme and more about, I don't even know. I just kind of trailed off there. I mean, I'm just gonna have to leave it at that. Okay. We are making progress, and we are on question number 10, which is, what is your strangest travel experience? Bonus points if you've ever spent time in a foreign jail, which I have not. So no bonus points for me. As far as strangest travel experiences, you know, the only thing I can really think of at this time is, I don't even know. I mean, I'm not much of a traveler, I guess. No, I mean, this is just a totally, it's just like a cop-out, I'm just like, I don't even know. Okay? Let me switch pages here. Okay, question number 11. What are you saving money for right now? Ooh, okay. Well, I don't know how you save money, how you save money, but I am trying to save money for a new car. I would like to get a car with, we only have a 5-passenger car right now, and we've got some other drivers coming around the corner, and I would love to get a vehicle with a 3rd row seat and be able to pass my 5-passenger, you know, car onto one of our younger drivers. But I don't know when that is going to happen. So, yes. But if I could, yes, save for anything, save any amount of money right now, I would be saving for a car. Number 12, what craft would you like to get better at or to try? And, you know what? For a couple of years, I actually made soap. I'm talking about handmade soap with the lye solution and the oils, and I liked using essential oils, although they tend to not hold up really well in the cold process soap. But once I got out on my own again after my first husband passed, and you know, it just, you have to have a large area to be able to, you have to have a second set of utensils, you have to have a kitchen, you know, for processing the soap in. You have to be able to store your soap for 2 or 3 months, usually, you know, before you can use it. And I would love to, I still have some of my soap making supplies, and I would love to make soap again if I had a utility sink or just extra space that I could store it in, but I just don't. So that's one of the reasons that I started doing cross stitch, because it was kind of portable, and even though it takes, many projects take up a large space, overall really it doesn't take up that much space as a hobby. I mean, compared to sewing, compared to, like I said, soap making, compared to a lot of other things. But I miss the soaps that I used to make. It was fun. Number 13, if you had to stitch only 3 designers for the rest of your life, who would you choose? Oh, that's a good question. Because I assume there are designers that I haven't even heard of yet that could be my favorite designer someday. So, a number 1 is probably an obvious if you know me, which would, let's see, 3, 2, 4, okay. Probably be Long Dog Samplers. She has quite a variety, and I think her works can be interpreted in a lot of different ways, so that if you like one thing or another, you can find something. Well, who else? I guess I would have to pick Nora Corbett or Mirabilia, because, you know, if you could only pick 3 designers, you would want to pick someone with a great body of, a large body of work. You know what I mean? So you have stuff to choose from and stuff to occupy yourself. So, and I haven't even stitched much of her stuff, but I guess I would, but I sure like looking at everybody else's and stuff like that. So, I guess I would go with Nora Corbett. And am I allowed to say I'm reserving, like I said at the beginning, I'm reserving the third person is yet to be named, because I don't know them yet. I'm sure I don't even know my favorite designer yet. So the third is the unknown upcoming designer. How about that? Okay. And 14, dumbest way you have ever been injured. Well, when I was 12 years old, I broke my foot when I was walking. And it was pretty dumb, because I was just fooling around, messing around, and not paying attention to what I was doing. And I stepped on my foot the wrong way, and it did end up being a fracture. So yeah, that was pretty dumb. Number 15, what is your worst roommate or housemate story? Oh, well, you know what? I don't have one of these, because I really have never had to. Oh, this is not matching up. That's not good. I've never really had a roommate, you know, besides, you know, I moved in with my boyfriend when I moved out of high school, and, you know, thought that was that. So, I don't know I don't have any weird roommates. I had some roommates in high school, because I did go to boarding school, but, no, I don't even have any horror stories on that end either. So, I guess that's good. Alright. Number 16 is what we're on. You have unlimited income. What does your dream house look like? Insert picture if possible. Okay. What does, you know, I spent a lot of time living in Florida. I lived in Orlando for almost 10 years, and a lot of the architecture that's around there I really like the Spanish style, you know, California houses, I guess. But I've always wanted a house with some sort of courtyard. You know what I'm saying? Like those Spanish palacios, I don't know what they're called, palazzos, where it's kind of like, you know, kind of like a hotel would be built, where you can walk around it, but in the middle there's this courtyard where there would be, you know, a pool or a fountain or something like that, but it would be outside, and then you would have the house surrounding it. I'll try to find a picture of one of those that I like, and I think that would be really cool. Alright. What song would you want played? This is number 17. What song would you want played or sang at your funeral or memorial? I haven't put a lot of thought into this, but I don't know if I would want a song sung, or I would let somebody else pick the song. But I hope that they would play some good classical music, like the New World Symphony by Dvorak. I think that's uplifting. You guys would probably recognize the themes from it if you heard it. I could even insert, I don't know if I could insert a clip of that. Yeah, I should be able to, because it's in the public domain at this point. But the New World Symphony has some very famous themes in it, and like I said, it's very introspective but very uplifting, and I like it a lot. What is your number 18? What is your favorite board or card game? I would pick Scrabble. Yes, I'm very competitive at Scrabble. That's all there is to say about that. I don't say I'm the best or anything, but I love to play it. I love to compete at it. So, alright, we're getting close to the end, so I really appreciate you guys sticking with it if you have. But 19 says, who was your first celebrity crush? Oh no, this is embarrassing. The earliest that I can remember, I mean, was basically as a take your pick from Saved by the Bell. Some days it would be Zach, other days it would be Slater. You know, if my sister that day was saying, because she was really into Zach, my little sister. So I would usually go with Slater just because she was only into Zach. Okay, yes. Okay, I'm still picking some threads out, but I'm gonna answer the last question before I wrap things up, which is, if you could capture a smell in a candle or perfume, what would that smell be? That is a very good question, Emily. You know, I always, I've been buying different herbal conditioners and shampoos for the past 6 months or so. I don't know, trying to get the combination that I wanted, and I really like those herbaceous scents. You know, peppermint and rosemary, vetiver, I don't know what else, lavender to an extent, mixed with a little vanilla, you know, if not too much, not like warm vanilla, but you know, just to cut the herbiness of it. But yeah, that's what I would go with. So that's the end of the tag, and I'm glad you guys stitched with me today. But I was very I enjoyed watching Emily C do hers, and I've seen the other Stitch With Me videos coming out. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you later. Bye.